noticed something good. So this one, right there. And then he's basically open for killing. Like this. I just need to kill him. I'm out of a danger zone. And I just need to kill these two priests. These two, guy like dead. I'm sick of him specifically. That was absurd. You should not be able to spam that like that. That way. Please don't. You bastard. Help. Oh no. That's for being something I absolutely hate. Have I been that way? just moss fruit. Are you kidding me? Let's see where these guys go. If in any way I can just take them out the same as the previous, that would be great. Ooh, that might be the case. Damn it! See how much easier that is to deal with their bullcrap? Oh my god. Funny, this one isn't remotely as simple to get that going with. How many others are there like that? Oh, I see. Something to cleanse that. I miss having items that can just cleanse that. Oh my gosh. Oh wait. Yeah, my hollowing is cured. I'd have to do that other thing to do that at all. Oh wow. Keep going. What just wanted to leap at me? I don't know who or where you are, but I don't like you, sir. Yes, look at me. Okay then. I had no idea this was here. I had no idea this was here. Please be armor. It's never armor when I want it to be. There was one of those Aldrich guys. Was one of the real surprises to me. I went through those golden winged guys. And let's see. I get on that thing. I get inside of that thing. I drop down one layer, and then I dropped down another layer. This place is so freaking wild. I honestly thought I explored it all before. I had no idea I was still missing something. What's this one? Sage ring +1. I could fall in on that guy. Oh, that's probably referring to that. Oh, I was wondering about that. I thought they were just trolling or something. I was just like, man, why do you guys even have to bother me with that? Realistically, it should be fine. Am I gonna burn to death? Am I dying? Super big? Wait, what? Oh, I thought I was carrying that. Is that the Firekeeper? Obviously one of them's Yuria.
Gracious Lord, make London whole.
Please don't. I busted ass to make that possible. And somehow I managed to get Yuria to not die in that fight. That is an accomplishment.
Ashen for the link. Very well, then take another. Let these... Ashen one.
I forget if there was any other possible rewards other than that sword. Looks like it's just this or the big sword. Feels so good to finally get that. Trying to think. Oh. Ooh. Cool. Fashion. Oh, the fashion. All of it. I could be a freaking, what's it called? That was, people are pretty convinced that's one of the Canehurst masks from Bloodborne. I'm actually pretty convinced too. I am excited. Where is that mask? I want to wear it. Where the hell? Canehurst. Canehurst. Yes, yes, yes. To do more side quests and completion. I am just sort of farming like soul side quests and completion. I am just sort of farming like souls to just sort of be able to use most of everything. And I must say, this is the best moveset I've ever been able to use. Oh. There was a wall there. That is just wild. Oh my god. It's not even that it's overkill, it's that it's so freaking wild and untamable. Once you have an idea as to what you're doing with it. Go like absolutely bonkers crazy with combos. I want more weapons that can do that. Not get too greedy. This guy can and will destroy me if I get too crazy. I just imagine it keeps people confused in like PvP. I see near full health. This is a problem. I guess he has been. I'm mostly just sort of dissecting how actually useful some of these weapons are. Against guys like this, it's apparently quite useless. Especially after they act like they've been buffed for eternity. beat you the normal way, just because I have the option. Let's see. But yeah, there's like 3 different combinations roughly. You could do it like that, which is left trigger, right bumper, left trigger, left trigger, left trigger, right trigger. I don't think there's really any other specially designated. Ones in that regard. Although obviously you can switch between that, do a dodge and do a normal attack or something. And that'll seem still pretty unique and harder to read. And do your like still like normal combos. Although I think I need more stamina to really go to town with this stuff. So for the most part, it seems Moonlight Greatsword is really good, but it also does not last long. Look how fast that durability goes. If I do this like 1 or 2 more times, it's broke. You know what works a hell lot better than the Moonlight Greatsword? The Firelink Sword. Oh my god. This thing destroys. It's an absolute monster. But it is also absolutely horrible for my magic points, or whatever that stands for. Let me just show you this. This is insane. So good. Okay, I want you over this way. Thank you. That is so strong. That's like crazy good. That is like really good. Any attack that can go through a guarding enemy that's very, very solid. That's very solid to run. It's like if you really want something to just destroy maybe players that like to block a lot, or an enemy that likes to block a lot. It's like, just like that Lothric Knight is just destroyed. This is probably gonna be my new way to farm this place. How effective. takes more hits and tends to be more aggressive, do more damage. He's already done 4. Oh my god. This is like New Game Plus. This is a +5 version of this sword. Oh my god, I can't wait to see what kind of damage this thing can do if I up my other stats like intelligence and faith. I think it's mainly intelligence that does it, but I am not sure. So I should probably catch up on the VaatiVidya stuff for this, but I actually have a few speculations as to what's the actual meaning of the name Dark Souls in the game means. Now, obviously, in this game, they refer to the Dark Souls in the Ringed City, but in general, I believe there's a real format to this, to how they're going about it from game to game. Now, in the first game, they did address darkness is a thing, and they also addressed, you know, the abyss is a thing, and it's a thing of darkness and dark behavior, and things that come out of it are quite dark and usually not very preferred. However, I think this is where the second game gets a little derailed by most of the community as like a lore and that and such. I do believe the second game was to address that darkness is more than just from the abyss. Darkness is also something quite natural to people. It just sort of comes and goes. In which case, there is definitely more to it than just the abyss. In which case, Drang Lake was supposed to be like a place where darkness was more prominent and just sort of readdressed how some of that really was to like the players in retrospect with like the NPCs there and whatnot. Like there's NPCs there just obsessed with the dark. Their practices were the dark. They even went and saw a place called the Deep Dark. And there was a thing there called the Dark Lurker. So evidently there's much to do with the dark in Dark Souls 2 that is next to unaddressed than 1 and 3. But I think 3 like finishes the final nail about it, where this NPC here, Carla, actually mentions this, that there is a darkness inside all of man, and there was some kind of mention somewhere, I forget where, the dark soul of humanity. And this had me also thinking, what if in general the soul of humanity is considered dark? So in which case in all 3 games, it's like you're of humanity, your soul is dark. In which case there's darkness in all of man. Dark Souls 2 is to like kind of reintroduce us more to the topic that there is a darkness in all of man, and it is part of what drew people into Drang Lake was the practice of dark. In which case that could be more of the general idea as to how the lore of that was to tie into the series, but people couldn't look past a lot of other aspects of it to really accept that too fluently. And then in here in Dark Souls 3, we also are introduced the Dark Souls held by the pygmies in the Ringed City as being like this more purified thing. Now, what isn't too obvious right off the bat is if that is also of like the dark soul of man, in which case if it's like the big main aspected holdings of the Dark Souls of Man, I had a sort of thunk. Wouldn't that cause a lot of this chaos to this world? Like, a lot of the things that happen here? Like, maybe that's why a lot of things are so chaotic and bad, because we don't have our own essence of humanity here with us. So we rely on sources such as the flame to help reshape us. It's a bit of a stretch of an idea, and like I said, I probably should just look up what other people have been saying, but it's just such an interesting train of thoughts that I just sort of had, and ultimately it makes all three games a little bit better if you think about it. And I guess almost just the first game a little less enlightening to the subject of why is it Dark Souls. It's a really grim game. It's a really grim environment. Tales and the lore is very it's not exactly a bad kind of rough. It's rough in a sense that everything that happens is very grim, dark, and things that happen to anyone is rough. So yeah, this is just an interesting little bit of thought I've been having. Like, in my opinion, that also makes Dark Souls 2 considerably much better than people probably credit it for. And that also probably explains why, instead of having embers, and I forget what they had in the first game, they gave us humanity in Dark Souls 2. It's like we already had most of what it took to recover, but we needed something to like reshape the vessel, I guess. In which case we were given these human effigies to redo that, I guess. No, I think it's just a fun little thought I had, and honestly I kind of want to explore more on it. But I just learned that I could have had that Hawkwood guy help me carve out the path here, and then he would also do the gesture right here before leaving. Very interesting. I don't actually recall if I ever seen like a special drop item or something.
Help me.
I love that so much. But yeah, I've learned the hard way that there isn't anything like too special far below any of this. By hard way, I mean I tried to make the jumps and I literally went through the frickin' floor. So damn. So yeah, I'm thinking that was a possible side quest thing for Hawkwood. I don't know how much I should care about that, but I did it. Like, I don't know if it was the right thing of me to do or not. It's very possible it was not the right thing of me to do. I haven't haven't killed that guy yet. And there is this Havel here. This chest anything? Titanite, I'll take it. I have been running a little short on some of that Titanite, actually. Wait a minute. What? What the hell? I did not know about that. Okay. Treasure ahead. Oh, I don't see it. Though, they did say there's treasure ahead. Maybe they're not lying. Actually, wait. Have I been that way before? Like, first glance, it looks like, at first I thought it just takes me back into there directly, but it looks like it sets me just above it, which has me a little curious now if I've actually been there or not. What's the rating on this? 3. Okay. How much am I feeling like fighting Havel right now? This Havel is literally the most difficult Havel you can fight in any of the Souls games. Like, just the way he buffs is most annoying. And then he goes from really subtle to I'm just going to really put on the pressure. And it's just absolutely ridiculous trying to going in on the fight like that. I actually remember my strategy originally for this. I like that I have homeward bones and I have actually like no use for them. That would be really good. Could I bleed them out? Would that be really good? Alright, Havel. It's about here. And I can full charge this sucker on him. I'm a little tankier than the last time we fought Havel. Okay. Oh god! I forgot to use a rock. Oh god. Wear off. Oh god. He's a rock. Oh god, he's a rock. I gotta be careful, he's a rock. And he has more stamina than an average rock. Oh my god. Knowing my strong attacks are actually ridiculous is really good for me to know. It's actually a really good PvP thing to note. And that mine are quicker than his. Either that or I'm just better at pacing it. Oh god. He actually poised that. Oh. didn't need the extras, but I felt like fighting Mia Havel. Can I commune with you? I forget. Is there blood on my clothes? Or is that the actual normal color? Damn. Wait, let's see if there's anything that comes from down here. I feel like last time I possibly ignored it. And have I had this? Huh. I don't think I actually got that last time. That's weird. I think I dismissed it because I'd seen what area this is. That makes sense to me. I think I looked at this and I was like, this just takes me back to where I was. Why would I want this? Why would I want this horribleness in my life? Well, this is quite a drastic change. Let me just show you what I mean. Yes, I died, but I almost took the king in one try. It is New Game Plus stuff. Cover your eyes, it's really bright. Something I didn't really pay attention to is how many of these statues actually got like destroyed. I don't know if those... Yeah, those two are pretty much gone now. Yeah, looking things up, I guess there isn't actually a covenant for the dragon stuff. At least I certainly as hell have not noticed any. Takes place automatically while this is equipped. I finally did it. I finally did it. I saved Grey Rat once.
Oh, then we're both safe and sound. Thank the gods for that. I don't like cutting things so close. I might have died if it wasn't for that peculiar onion knight. But in the end, take a good look. They're sure to be of some use.
Let me see what you got me. Oh, I do like these. What else have you gotten? Those are definitely newer. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, I get it. So, if he lives, basically it just becomes new permanent options to buy, basically. Or even if you just like retrieve his ashes from his trip, it becomes a new permanent buy. So that means if I send him on his next thing, and find his ashes or something, I should be able to get it. I must say, I like this line of logic so far. Also, yes, I am at a million souls.
You can keep them as... You can... as... Goodbye, Mother.
You know what?
Oh,
I will at least buy something from you.
Goodbye, Mother.
Working that hard, you deserve me at least buying from you alive. But, basically I told Patches where he went and let Patches keep the, onion armor.
Oh, hello, girl. Ah, the slinking rodent. But he did me doubtless I should do something about well. Ah, the stout well.
Doesn't say anything else about it. I really did think he was going to pull out more from this than Chiz actually had. Because he was saying something about trying to compete with him.
Can't find any, are you?
So I don't know. But I'm at a bit of a debacle. Do I try to see if I can kill Yorm without Siegwald and try to hold him to 1,000,000 souls? It's kind of a rough choice. Such a tough choice. It's such a tough choice. Also, I had killed Creighton this playthrough. He actually invaded me after I did the Cyrus thing. I think there is one more thing I need to do for the Cyrus questline. Alright. Also, this playthrough, I've decided to try doing Anri's thing.
I finally found you.
Oh, he's trying to heal. Oh my god, he has health. Wait, what? He twisted his ankle and died. Oh my god. I don't know how you could die from a twisted ankle. He's like stood up and his like ankle twisted and he like collapsed dead. Oh my god. I swear, everything seems so much harder. It's like, what's going on? But at the same time, I'm getting better at realizing I can pre-initiate a dodge while at the end of my animations. So that is A+. Otherwise, I don't think I could have done that fight. Oh. Oh. So I've noticed a thing. In the regular, regular Ringhead City, she's no longer there, but this future one, or like revealed one, this NPC is here as an invader, and even if you do her deed, she'll still come after you, but her dialogue is a little different. She'll still call you kind of like dark-strucken, and so you kind of like lost your way.
I've searched for thee dark-stricken creature. I am Shira, daughter of the Duke, descendant of gods, and trusted friend to Yuria. At once, I am the honor of the gods, the glory of fire, and the fear of the dark. Thou shalt not go unpunished for thy treachery, thy profanity, and thy shameless yearning.
That's her worst attack. The rest really isn't that bad. Interesting to me that it does actually they did do the little extra mile to change your dialogue when you come here with Midir killed. So that was just a nice little thing I saw. Okay, it's all making sense, I think. Oh my gosh, it's all making sense. I'm going full tinfoil hat. Okay, so these snakes that are used commonly in designs here. So snakes are sometimes a symbol of rebirth, and the painting world is a thing of rebirth, a creation of rebirth. And something else I've noticed, let me kind of turn this up, turn up this microphone. Something else I've noticed is all these paintings are of the same woman in flames. Which means the painter, this is all they could think about. Ariandel, that's all he could think about, is this woman. Her face, it's all he could see. And that she was engulfed in fire. And that brings us to part of what the current painter was saying earlier. Where, one who is, not one who is engulfed with flame should not paint a world, and one who is basically the exact opposite should paint a world. So I'm thinking that is a lot of the importance of lore in this place. And I think Sister Alfreda tried to cast a shadow upon all this stuff. Put barrier between Ariandel and painting this world, and even tried to keep the new painter from realizing this all, that they should begin their painting. In fact, they probably didn't even realize the painter was to be in fact painting anything, or really intending to now. but Gale, the slave knight, more likely has, and realized that it is of a certain necessity for the painting and those who live within it that it has to be done. But this here, this represents the woman that was tried to be forgotten, that consumed Father Ariandel to seeing flames of. Now this is more likely just like a statue memorial sort of thing, but this was to represent the serpent of a snake and rebirth. Any mention of snakes here is a symbolism of rebirth. That is one of the big things I'm taking out of this place, is that snakes are very common into the design, but we never ever see a snake. Not once in this entire game besides the dead one. Why is that? Well, I have absolutely no idea just yet. But it's clear they still hold a significance. But this is a curious thing. Why does this to the dreg heap show up here of all things? Now it could be just, of course they wanted to tie in DLC to DLC. But I think there's more to it than that. I think it has a connective ties to basically the age of, like, the end of the world, basically. Now, yes, the Dragon Heap is the end of the world and goes to the Ringed City and basically everything coming closer and closer together, merging on top of itself, overlapping, and so on and so forth. Yes, 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 it's all coming clearer and clearer as we dig into this thought. And as my frame rate drops a sec. But you can see where I'm kind of going with this. I'm thinking either Sister Alfreda knew of the one who helped bring this world, or she was part of it, and in turn wanted to preserve the world with it. I also have another theory I just thought of. So it was supposed there was 3 sisters of the stable church. We only really know of 2 though. We know of Alfreda and we know of Yuria. Could have been the 3rd one. Well, the 3rd one was more than likely the painter's mother, like the new painter's mother, not Ariandel's, or it could have been the 3rd sister, and maybe Alfreda had like a jealous but also a sense of preservation, where she wanted to be part of the significance of this world with Father Ariandel, and maybe it cost the other sister's life. I don't know. But this is a wild thought, and I haven't seen anything that could disprove it. But it makes sense that she would still end up memorialized here, whoever she is. Now, it's either their sister, it could also be Alfreda herself, like, what was her truer identity, which is why she's probably, like, more, like, still, like, very face covered and such. Or it could be the mother of the painter. Those are the only three possibilities. And either way, I think is a pretty fitting use to what could have been the becoming of this place. But when you think about it, this place has a church of all things. A very well-designed church. It would make sense that one of the stable church individuals to have some influence into the part of it. And in turn, they were also, well, like, part of, like, previous, like, church designs, that arrangements and such to have place in, like, you know, situating and organizing, voicing for the rest of their church. I don't know, I'm probably getting like too wild with this thought, but it makes a lot of sense to me that this is the likely or sort of direction things kind of took. Which is why it should be Sister Elfrida, like a nun. Father Ariandel, like the head priest. Or like a in general priest, for that matter. You know, I hadn't noticed this until now, but this is a rather thin wall setup here. I just want to say it was a special arrangement specifically to elude the father that things were a little smaller than they actually were. And should be more in preservation. But I figure Sister Elfrida wanted to preserve a lot of this stuff. Either to memorialize or to, like, preserve, like, what was her world. Something maybe she had a part of creating or knew the person who did help create it. It's like, why else would she care? Like, of course the world was for essentially misfits. Like, we see all these different sorts of individuals. We see the followers, we've seen the Millwoods, we've seen the Corvians. Like, they basically lost a fitting place in their real world. So they ended up here, and it became the perfect home for them. Which would also be in turn pretty close to like what the stable church of Londor was half about, where they were the home for the Hollows, they were the people for the Hollows, the representatives of the Hollows. They wanted to usurp the flame for the Hollows. So why not something similar with the painting, but be more about the painting itself as a preservation of practice, and not about the flames preservation of practice in their sort of world. I don't know, that's kind of just like my line of thinking with all this. But yeah, I looked this up. I was very certain of this before looking it up. But snakes are a symbol of rebirth, as is snakes shed their skin, where they go out with the old, in with the new. So there's also that for them, where the painting could take on that as a symbolism of form. Now, I was seeing this in videos as a reference where there was apparently like a mosaic or something here that also showed like two figures and snakes down like a valley or something. And I really think that had to do with the formation of this painting. It took two people, well, making it, actually. Yeah. And it was like, they probably weren't the most eye-to-eye, perhaps, but they were also still for the same general goal, where they wanted the rebirth, the reformation that was this painting. Yeah, I just wanted to get really tinfoil hat about this, so I put my hat on in the game, and you know, I probably could have been eating something better, and maybe I probably could have cleaned my clothes or something, but nobody's got time for that. I need answers, not getting out the wrinkles. But like, doesn't that sound like the right train of thoughts? Like, that has to be the right line of reasoning and like deductiveness for this place, right? It only makes sense. By also having this facade here, it would cover up what is a bit of what actually shines in from the outside world, what actually is coming through of like actual damage to this place. Like, you would still get like some minor amounts of it, but not the full visual reminder, you know what I mean? Now, how would Sister Elfrida, have built it? I have no idea if she did build it, to be honest. Which is why I want to say it's more so like either built by the Corvians that followed and believed in her, or it would have been made with the painting when that was first started and originated. So that's where I really got started thinking at all this. I just can't really set my finger on it, but I think there's more details somewhere. But as I was pointing out, all those paintings were in design on fire, and it was all one woman. There was no like buildings or anything else. It was just the same person, the same woman on fire. So I think some sort of tragedy struck, or something unsettled in our artistic man that was stuck here, and in turn it engulfed him in flames. And because he painted this world, everything he saw and touched became flames. Kind of like in Sekiro, there was the sculptor. Although they kind of kept it a little cryptic to the main protagonist. I personally knew, upon seeing them and seeing like where all the destruction was located near, that it was the sculptor right away. But my character didn't know, because I didn't eavesdrop enough. I didn't know eavesdropping was a thing at that location for the sculptor to unlock that dialogue. For my character, the one-armed wolf, to figure it out. But yeah, that is why he's seen flames. That is why this world is starting to burn away. It was his world. It was rotting away. It was rotting away with him in his dormancy, in his age, in his losing of himself. And the flames that burn it all away, this world being painted with his blood, this world being what he made with his own will, his own creativity, his own spark. That was this world's life flight. That was what protected this world from being diminished. was him. Once he realized everything's going apart and he's seen all this blood of Sister Alfreda, which is why I draw this conclusion a little more. Like, he freaked the hell out when Sisters Alfreda bled all the way to him. Like, that can't be just a coincidence. That he would awaken more in his flames. Like, it wasn't just a casual, "You slew her, my friend," or something. It was just the biggest freak out berserk. Like he had just lost everything left. Which also supports the idea that this world could have been helped with Alfreda to be painted. Like she was part of what inspired it, or helped closely alongside what inspired it. Like maybe, like, I noticed some of this face is covered up and some of it isn't. I think it could have very well been like the third sister, in which case maybe they shared a certain resemblance but not the full resemblance. It's very possible. And then like seeing what was of the resemblance pretty much dying in front of him, staying alive all that time for him. I really think that could be part of what it was. So it's either one thing or another. Gosh darn it, I really think there's more to this that we could probably find with like details in this place. But I'd have to do that when my game is not being ridiculously loud up there or something that you cannot physically hear me.